from agiprodj.com, bringing you today the Denon new controller. This is the DN-MC6000. Stay tuned for some more general overview videos, as well as how the MC6000 works with Virtual DJ, Tractor, and a number of other upcoming videos. This one specifically talks about the rack mount feature. We've had some people ask whether the rack mount kit that's advertised on Denon's website is included with this, and it actually is, so it's a nice little bonus. And then people wanted to know, how does this attach? So this video just strictly kind of focuses on how do you make this controller fit into a 19-inch rack mount piece of gear like that. So out of the box, the MC6000 comes with this silver plastic cover. It looks just like this. There's 6 screws that attach it to the side, left and right. And so I've already actually replaced one of the rack mount ears. This is a cool device, by the way. When you open up the box, it's pretty impressive. It's heavy, it's stout. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But this is what it comes with. It comes with the rack mount ears, which are made out of steel, and they're wrapped real nicely. And so what I'll do is just, since I've got one of them already installed, I'll go ahead and turn this around and we'll look at how it attaches. This may seem pretty elementary, but there's nothing really out there that shows how this works. So for those of you thinking about buying this unit, hopefully this is a nice little way to show how do we rack mount the thing. So let's take a look at how we do that. First thing we want to do is just remove the 6 screws that are currently stock. It actually ships with these smaller screws. You're going to always want to use the original manufacturer's screws on these and be very careful. Make sure you've got the right Phillips bit tip, because you can strip these out if you're not careful. So we'll just go ahead and remove these. So once you've got all these screws out, you want to keep those around. The cool thing about the rack mount, and guys, if you're thinking I'm never going to rack mount this and it's not important to me, you never know. 2 years down the road you may want to do this, and then you won't have to go and purchase this, even if it may not even exist from another controller. But if you have the MC6000, you at least have this and you can do it. So here's one of the rack mount ears. Again, it's just a 90-degree angle. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes, and there's 2 little divots here. So it lines up perfectly with a couple of divots that you might be able to check out here on the video, and they just match up. The nice thing about it is you cannot get it wrong. Unlike some rack mounts that you could actually do the wrong way, you can't get this wrong. It's impossible. Then again, I shouldn't say that. Anything can happen. So anyway, you just replace it with these 6 original manufacturer screws that they provide. They're smaller, and they're designed to not have to go through the thicker end plate. And so there you have it. This is a nice look. It's a beautiful look, and actually it's turned the standalone controller into something that looks like it was built this way, rack mountable. So what we have here next to us is an Odyssey FRGS 802BL, which is a perfect kind of case to put this in. One thing you'll have to keep in mind is just accounting for how much space that you think about when you order a case like this. In theory, this one has 2 spaces down below, and it's got a faceplate which normally sits up a little higher. But on the MC6000, we've got some knobs and buttons to think about. We've got a headphone jack. Just give it some thought into how you want to set this up. A lot of guys will mount the whole controller flush. They'll drop this faceplate, this cover plate down to allow room for all the buttons and knobs here. That's still a pretty nice look, and I think it's very impressive. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. So that's the DN-MC6000 from Denon, the rack mount kit. Be sure to be watching for upcoming videos on an entire overview on all this. There's a lot going on. Be sure to watch our DJ videos with Virtual DJ, with Tractor. There's a lot more coming. This is going to be an unbelievable controller. Way to go, Denon. This is the rack mount kit. I'm Rick from agiprodj.com.